Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a great time enjoying the roof terrace. My guest now made last year's Forbes 30 Under 30 list. Please welcome Katharina Kreutzer. Thank you so much for taking the time, Katharina.
Yeah, thanks for having me here, and the pressure is on to sit here after these two incredible people before me, but yes, I'm happy to be here.
But I really cannot wait to talk to the founders now. We had the VC side, which is very interesting and important, but I really want to talk to the founders now. You are co-founder and CPO of Boomerang, so let's talk about online shopping, shall we? Online shopping has its perks. I always miss my packages when they're being delivered, but that's my fault. But it definitely has its perks. But we always end up with boxes and with plastics and everything in packaging. Your startup replaces disposable packaging with reusable alternatives. So tell me about boom packs. What are boom packs and what are they made of?
Yeah, luckily we have a physical product. That's why I have it here with me today, so everybody can have a look later on. Yeah, we have the Boomerang packs. It's a bag that replaced the single-use card boxes with a whole deposit system. So actually it's not just a package. We have like this whole system. And we have 4 different sizes in the bag I have here in front of me. And we also do have boxes. And they're out of PP. And with a recycled content already, and they can be recycled by the end of the whole cycle. And yeah, we can use it up to 50 times. That means that we can save up to 80% of trash in the whole e-commerce. So I'm talking about big numbers.
What were the biggest challenges in implementing this change? Because logistics is a very old business and has been working the same way for decades. So what were the biggest challenges in that?
I guess it's the fact that we do not just have a software, we do not just have one product. What I already said is we have this whole system behind that. That means that the bag cannot work if there's not a system behind that. And it also cannot work if there's not a return logistics behind that. And that means that we had to have a look on so many different kind of processes to make this a whole working thing. And yeah, it was also kind of the most intense part, because we had to speak with so many different stakeholders, and everybody had to come to the table, and we had to discuss what everybody needs and what we have to think of to work with every kind of stakeholder, because it's the online shops, but it's also the shipping providers and also the fulfillment centers, and of course also the end consumers. So yeah, a lot of different opinions on that, but I guess we made it very well, and we are already live. So many problems are already solved, but I guess the feedback we're gonna get daily brings us to the point to develop a system and a product that's gonna be something more in the next years.
And we can talk about the growth and the journey, but I really want to talk about the stakeholders first. So which group was the most difficult one to kind of convince in implementing that?
I would say it's hard to choose one, because everybody's a very important part. And of course, our customers are the online shops, so our focus is on them. And the thing is that every online shop do have different kind of processes, different kind of shop systems, different kind of packaging processes and stuff. So we had to talk with a lot of different online shops to find a good sweet spot on things we want to work on. And on the other side, of course, we all know it, Deutsche Post. So we do work with Deutsche Post, DHL, a lot, and this way we also had to talk with them a lot,
When it comes to the online shops, does it work for any kind of online shop and any kind of product, or are there limits or things you maybe want to expand or work on?
Yeah, any kind of product is a little bit hard to say. We always say that we want to focus on fashion and lifestyle goods because the need is very high there, because we have a lot of return quotas there, still up to 50%. Sometimes, so we want to focus on them and non-fragile items. But as I already said, we also have the boxes, so it is possible to send fragile items with us, but you can't ship like on car or something. Of course, just the small goods,
How does it work with the online shops? Is it kind of like a subscription model, or do they order a certain amount of these? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, we have more kind of models too. As I already said, there are many different kind of needs because every online shop is different. That's why we have different models. If you want to have the whole package with cleaning, return, logistics, and the digital deposit system, we have like the whole package. And we also have other kind of models where you can just pick whatever you have to, whatever you need or whatever you want to choose. And there are also different kind of prices, of course. And yeah, I guess it's the best way for us to go because we want to fit in every kind of business.
And I think that's an interesting point from kind of like adapting that. When you look at all the clients you have and the companies you work with, is it more the smaller ones, especially in fashion? You know, there are so many smaller ones, almost like boutiques. Or is it the big ones that really want to make the change because they have been campaigning when it comes to sustainability? So who's the quickest one kind of to adapt?
The quickest to adapt are the smaller and the middle ones, of course, because it's easy because the processes when it comes to logistics are not that complicated shorter, like there are in the bigger ones. Because in the bigger ones we have a main problem, and that is that there are a lot of logistics centers are in different countries. That means sometimes if you order 5 pieces in an online shop, it comes in 4 different kind of packages. And right now it's very hard to work with reusable packaging when you still have this complicated logistic area systems. And then the smaller ones, it's nice because normally they do have one central location where they do pack everything. And it's also better for us when it comes to sustainability, of course. And plus on that, the customers of the smaller ones with an impact focus are already more focused to do something good. So I guess if we would ever work, as an example, with Amazon, the conversion rate would be not that high because the mindset of a typical Amazon shopper is not the same like if you order in an impact online shop.
Yeah, they don't care as much. When it comes to the big picture, what was the vision of you and your co-founder, your founder's team? What is the vision? Is it more sustainability and a cleaner world? What is it? Is it less waste? Or like, what is the big picture really? Is it to make the world a better place? How does equality maybe play into that?
I would say the main vision is that we want to set a new standard in the whole e-commerce, because I think there's no discussion on that, but the e-commerce will be part of our future, and it's going to be bigger and bigger, and it's going to be a whole part in our lives. And we can't stop it, that's for sure. And that's why we want to find a solution, or we already found a solution, to change something without the need to change the whole habits of the consumers. That means yeah, reusable packaging in every kind of our lives. I don't know if it's a coffee or if it's online shopping, can be the part and the new standards if we just have the opportunity to, yeah, bring it into the lives. And I guess it's just a mindset change, and this is what we want to achieve, like a whole change in the way of thinking.
Well, that's certainly a big goal, like wanting to change the mindset. But
I guess.
but congratulations on really trying that. And talking about that, you've had quite a journey. I mean, you founded Boomerang, I believe, in April 22. In July 22, you were able to close a high six-figure investment round. Who was on your side, and who has been supporting you, and who was the biggest support on that journey?
Yeah, it was, everything happens that fast, and we started, and we went out to the first network events, and that was the moment when we really had to pitch to everybody, and that changed in such a short time that the people got to know us in Hamburg maybe, and this is also how we got in touch with these business angels we have on board right now. And yes, as you already said, we have some business angels, also some business angels of the year, like very well-known ones, and also two guys out of the logistic area.
Can you take us back? How was the growth journey? What were major milestones, or even on a personal level, moments where you just realized this is gonna be big and this is actually working? Like maybe holding the first of these in your hands. Like maybe you can take us back.
Yeah, and sometimes we do laugh about the moment when we decided to really start Boomerang. And my co-founder Christian and me, we are from Bavaria, as you may already notice. And yeah, we went to Hamburg to visit Mark, because he had the idea of Boomerang, and we wanted to do a little workshop, and we want to work on that and have some little brainstormings. And it was the last night in our trip to Hamburg from Bavaria, and it was 4 a.m. in the morning, and we wanted to go to the train back to Bavaria, and I can tell you it's a bad idea to book a
I was wondering about that, yes.
We wanted to be cheap, but it was not a good idea. Yeah. So yes, we've been in Mark's apartment, and we whispered just like, let's do it, okay, let's do it, yes. And yeah, that was the moment we decided to found Boomerang. And yeah, we started to develop the whole product, because it's, as you may already think about it, not easy to design something that can be reused that many times. And also when it comes to colors, and when it comes to stitches, and when it comes to labeling, yeah, so it was a big part of the whole project to make the milestone to be ready with the product. And also when it comes to the digital product, we achieved to be MVP ready with our deposit system, and it is the first deposit system in like this whole reusable packaging area, and it was like a big milestone for us. Also, when we got our CTO Gerrit on board, it was like, okay, now we have the experience on board, and everything happened that fast, because now we are a team of around 15 people, and everybody is so motivated when it comes to this whole topic, reusable packaging. And yeah, and then we went live with our first online shops. And what is also very nice to see is that everything works like you thought it would work, and sometimes of course not, but in the end our customers are happy, and the customers that we got for the pilot are still our customers, and I guess it's a super nice compliment to still have them on board. And yeah, right now we are starting our second investment round. And we do speak with a lot of different kind of online shops, the big ones, the small ones. and we can see that everybody's interested in that topic, and we are very motivated to go forward and yeah, get some more milestones in.
I think there are moments, I'm assuming, where motivation is maybe low or lower because maybe there are roadblocks that you didn't see coming or you don't know how to deal with them. What do you do in these moments when you hit a point where maybe you just don't know what to do, or you're just frustrated and you feel like it's kind of a Goliath that you're fighting?
Yeah. I guess it's hard to say because everybody needs to figure that out for yourself. But for me and for our team, we are very, very happy to have such a nice culture, and we are super transparent. So all our employees do come to the office because they want to be part of it in daily life, and this way it's super nice because if we do think about a topic that is maybe not that nice right now, we can just figure it out together as a team, and we do have lunch together, we do discuss about it, we have fun together. I guess that's also very important, to not just be that strict and staring into your computer the whole time. And yeah, we figure it out together, and I guess that's the best point.
So how important is the team in that? Like, not just the co-founders but also the, I believe, 15 employees. So how important is that, and how important are the dynamics in the team?
For us, it's all about the mindset and the typical hands-on mentally. So I guess it's not that important how your CV looks and where have you been before. When it comes to our teams, we do have a lot of people that come straight out of university, but they do believe in this project because we are all our potential customer, because we are especially our target group, because we are young, we do online shopping, and we feel the need that our consumers and our customers really have. So I guess everybody really feels the pain, and this is why they're so committed to this whole startup, to this whole business idea we have here. And yeah, it's nice to see that they want to give more than just the typical 100%. It's like they're feeling this in their DNA, kinda. Yeah, so it's the most important thing. Otherwise, we couldn't grow.
When you're building the team, which is an active process at the moment, what are you looking for in employees or in people who want to work with you? That might even be an angel investor. Like, besides the money aspect, what are you looking in when it comes to the qualities of the people you want to work with?
I would separate this because when it comes to our team, like in kind of employees, I would say, as I already mentioned, it's all about the motivation and how you want to grow with the company, and what you want to give inside, and how you feel about this whole area. But when it comes to business angels, of course, there's a little bit more we need, like maybe skills that we don't have in our team, maybe, of course, the whole communities they can bring us into. And I think we made a good deal, and I think we made a great choice with the investors we have on board right now, and we're super happy with them, because they do have different kind of skill sets, like one in logistics, one when it comes to this whole digital stuff. The other one is a female investor, so she's also part of this whole female communities, and it's nice also for me as a new female founder, and it's kind of the puzzle that comes together.
Talking about female founders, without wanting to go too much into it, because yes, there are founders who also happen to be women, but that is one side. But is there any advice you maybe want to share with someone who's thinking about wanting to found a business and starting a startup?
Yeah, just do it. I mean, if you have the motivation to do it, if you want to do it, don't be shy. And of course, the quotas are not that high. We all know that. I think I don't need to start with numbers right now, but maybe you can just be one of these founders, these female founders that are in the market right now. And I can tell you in my kind of feelings that everybody is super welcome, and everybody wants to helps a lot. And if it not works out really well with the startup, I can also tell that the journey and the things you can learn in that time is they're amazing. So you can't learn that many things in a corporate, in my opinion.
Maybe you want to share some of the learnings you had being a founder.
Okay,
like what are the big key things? And they might be on a personal level, from like the qualities you bring to the table. Maybe you have changed as a person, and they might be on a professional one where you just become more competent in certain areas. So it might be two-sided.
I guess it's nice to get out of your comfort zone, even if you don't do it. Even if you don't really notice that you're doing it, because you just have to. There's no other option. And when it comes to the product, so me as a CPO, I'm part of this whole product team, of course, and I can tell I wasn't a really expert in this kind of topic, and I had to read a lot of books about this whole topic, and I had to watch a lot of YouTube videos and stuff like that until late in the night. And I would say I never had the guess when I was a child that I would design a product. So normally I'm from this whole business administration part of persons. But I really like to love it, and it's crazy because of course, it's not the same like I did a whole university degree in something like that, but I kind of got the experience by myself because I had to. And sometimes it is nice to get pushed into something you maybe wouldn't have never done. So I guess this classic part of get out of your comfort zone that I really like. And I'm a very outgoing person. I've always been like that, but it is so nice to meet people that are in the same kind of pool you are in. Because when you talk with friends, of course they do not have the same problems, and you also don't want to talk about work the whole time. So I guess it's super nice to be in this whole community when it comes to business networking, that you can really talk about struggles and get yourself to the point where you want to work on yourself with other people you may know for a few weeks, but it's kind of so familiar.
I think you mentioned something interesting that maybe a lot of founders or people could think about that, or people who are just passionate about something in the business world share. It's the fact that maybe other people don't want to talk about work all the time, which I think is an interesting factor, because I think for a lot of founders it's more than work. Maybe work is not even the right word. Obviously it's a lot of work that you need to put in, but it's something bigger, and I'm assuming you feel that way. But where do you come from like a background, and how did you get so passionate about what you're doing at the moment?
Yeah. So everybody in my family, not everybody, but I would say the big part of my family are all entrepreneurs. So it's like I grew up with that, and it's so normal for me to be in this whole world, that maybe it was just a question of time that I'm gonna found something by myself. But to be honest, it was not really planned. It just came like that. So I started from scratch, like as a retailer and in luxury departments. And after that, I did my first degree in business administration, and I was like, okay, maybe there need to be a little bit more. And then I started to work as a buyer. When we had the big pandemic, I bought nutritions for flour and stuff like that for around 4,200 stores. And yeah, but I thought it's still not enough, so by side I did my second degree and I was like, okay, now this time I want to be more specific, and I studied business and retail management with focus on sustainability, and did my whole thesis on reusable packaging in the commerce. And so this is how everything came together. Like, I already saw the problems when it came to my old work situations, because they've been a lot of packaging, and I saw it in front of me every day, and I already wanted to change something, and I already tried to change a bit, but it was like a huge corporate, and I can tell it's not that easy, because it is not just my decision if I want to change the whole packaging. It's like 5 other people on the table that gonna decide if we really want to change the packaging of a flour, I don't know. And that was kind of a reason that I was like, okay, I want to have more impact in what I'm doing, and I don't want to just reduce one thing in a little world. And yeah, so I found the idea online. So Mark, my co-founder, had the idea, and he was looking for co-founders, and I was like, hey, it's a match. And so we started to talk, and so everything came together.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us today, and thanks for taking the time again.
Thank you.